Hello, welcome back to NAmen, episode 29. My name is Arsh. I'm excited to talk about the EG situation which just happened. 4 players instantly dropped, as was recently leaked. Very, very exciting.
Quadra
And
kill.
I'm sure Elaine feels some type of way, which is why we've got the #1 EG fan for the last year on this podcast. Go ahead, Amanda.
Amanda, based Amanda on Twitter. Happy to be back on the podcast to talk about Vulcan.
Actually, no, it's a Vulcan.
It's a Vulcan.
Vulcan.
Okay. Hi, I'm Elaine, also known as the #1 EG anti. Arsh had false information. I'm not an EG fan.
Alternative facts, I would say.
Crazy.
Alternative facts.
Alternative facts. But I am a huge fan of Jojo inspired in Vulcan, so yeah.
Hello, my name is Numiii, N-U-M-I-I-I. I am EG Mourner today. As we hear from my thoughts, I loved this roster. But I'm excited to talk about, besides EG news, we have like LCS off-season news, and we have a bias list coming up as well. So I'm excited to show my list and why it's better than everyone else's.
Whoa.
I think my list is probably better than
I
everyone
didn't know
else's.
that
I
there
think
was
my
a
list is a little better.
competition.
I'm actually of the opinion that mine is the best one. So kind of awkward.
We'll figure that out. We'll figure it out.
The
We'll do
opinion
like
that
a
everyone's
heavyweight
list is the
SmackDown.
best for themselves. And
Everyone's
that's what
list is
matters.
But okay,
really
before we
great
get into the
for
bias list stuff, this was originally just going to be an episode about bias lists, and then EG dropped some news a few days ago.
Dropped the nuke.
EG announced with one of probably the weirdest announcement tweets for anything I've ever seen. It was them dropping 4 players, and they said that, what did they say? I need to pull up the tweet.
Commitment
They said,
to
like,
we go to Vulcan Sir.
No. The tweet where they announced it, they said like, they took hashtag live evil and gave it new meaning. Yeah.
Oh,
they
you
took
mean that
hashtag
one?
live
Yeah,
evil
no,
and
that
gave it
one's really
meaning.
weird. Like, I don't
Today
really know
we
what
say
that means.
goodbye to Vulcan inspired Ssumday and FBI. I've never seen a goodbye tweet for 4 players at once, right?
No.
Actually, that's not true.
They did that last year.
Yeah, the CLG Bud Light Ace, but like 4 players at once. It's a 2-minute video. It's just normal montage shit.
Did that last year.
Okay.
Yeah, because they dropped 4 players and they made one video for 4 players. Wait, Delphi, am I getting this wrong? Like,
they made one video for 4 players.
Knows
I don't
in
know. The main reason I thought this was weird is that, like, sorry, yeah, I started playing the video. It shouldn't have played on stream, but I guess it did. So everyone can hear that on the recording.
We have production skills, I promise. We're 29 episodes in, but the whole point of this podcast is it's supposed to be scuffed.
NA production.
It's supposed to be scuffed.
Yeah, it's supposed to be scuffed. Definitely not that I'm just incapable of... Wait, it should not have been audible.
It's fun. It's
okay,
chill.
Whatever. I have no idea why that happened. Ignore that. You just got some music. Also, that's actually... you know what?
William, what do you mean hiring? No one here is hired.
Yeah, we're not hiring. We have no money. What are we going to hire you with? But we did I did play a little bit of that intentionally because they also did it with epic music. Like there was
like
no,
they were
like,
getting players, but they're losing players.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't like Andrew Barton like sitting there like, listen, this is a tough decision. We're really looking to make competitive.
No,
like
all of the footage was old footage. Like I can
from
tell you
EG
that.
files and stuff, right?
Audio, yeah, all of the audio was also old, like from old footage. They didn't record anything new. They just put together old stuff. So it wasn't like super high effort.
I don't know. I mean, okay, so initially,
I just figured they don't care anymore about whatever they're perceived as because no one perceives them in a good way.
Yeah, it's like it's too far gone.
Yeah, whoever like ruined their image, definitely like a super bad person, really.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A little bit evil, actually.
Yeah. But
maybe a genius.
I think that we got a subscriber. I didn't even know we had that possibility. So
oh wait.
But okay, so initially they announced this like a week or 2 ago, and I tweeted about this as well. They said like, oh, just FYI, we're gonna be making some changes. After our results in spring split, we really want to make sure that EG strives to the competitive level that like we expect it to be. And at this time, I started hearing rumors. I know other people started hearing rumors. I would definitely say that I heard rumors that EG was like super out of money. And I know people there who were laid off. I know that internally there was a lot of stress about that. So I knew that, hey, when they say we're trying to get our team more competitive, what they mean is we're trying to switch out our players so we can get some quick moolah. And that's what it appears to be. I don't know if you guys have thoughts on that.
Yeah. I mean, everyone could kind of infer that. Everyone was saying that, even though
You
EG
would
is
think that.
trying to, for whatever reason, pass it off as a commitment to competitive performance
No,
and
you would
talent
think that, but there are
development.
genuinely like
No
a
one
lot of
actually.
a lot of the top comments on like Reddit and stuff, and I saw some on Twitter too, were like, I don't understand, why would you drop these good players? I wonder who they're trying to get. Like, I mean, Inspired and Vulcan especially, like these guys are so good. How can you even find someone better? Like they
Can't.
genuinely think this is a legit move, and that
I
makes
mean,
it.
they're
I'm
basically like answering their own question, and they're like, "You're
True.
not getting someone better." So
They might be.
this isn't why. Oh,
They might be. I mean, maybe they pick
okay.
up 4 rookies, and they're like
Maybe they
the
pick up-
goats.
Umayushi
Wait, no.
and Karya.
So what's actually gonna happen is that Jojo, like, he just unlocks like the sealed power inside of him and goes full 1v9 mode, dragging the corpse of EG across the finish
Wait,
line.
this reminds me. It's the guy that Andrea really likes. Lyra, when he was like on that 10th place team and he was like 1 MVP.
Oh, that's gonna be Jojo because wasn't Inspired like replied to Jojo saying like get that MVP or whatever,
Okay.
like
Oh no! Don't bring up Inspired's
he's gonna do it.
replies. Oh, I'm sad.
Dude, you're sad. I'm more sad.
No,
You're talking
I'm
to
actually
number
more
one
sad than you,
sad.
so you wouldn't get it.
Oh,
This is not
yeah,
a pity
maybe I'm
contest
bad.
of who's mourning over EG the most. We're all just in mourning.
To be fair, clear, I'm not mourning over
I
EG.
mean-
I'm mourning SIJFV.
The players.
So
For
Yeah,
the
we are
players.
mourning SIJFV.
Actually,
we're
I'm
here for
mourning
hashtag
SI
EG is overpowered.
I'm mourning IIJDV. So
Me too.
Oh wait.
But
in case
we're
you don't know
mourning
what
both.
in case you don't know what this means, we're taking the acronyms of all the players' names. So IIJDV would be Impact Inspired, Jojo, Danny, and Vulcan, which
Yeah.
was an incredible
already
team
mourned them
that
too
we have
much.
now lost entirely.
I've talked to like some people, just like because like I wasn't around. I only watched like passively spring 2022, and then like I saw finals, but I was passively watching finals, and a lot of people who were at that finals, like in the arena, said like something like we've heard stories multiple times, like something magical happened, right? Like that Danny pentakill. Like I don't know if that story will transcend past LCS, like our region, but like a lot of people have said like that Danny pentakill moment was just like a very special moment that
We will
a lot of
always
people
remember
cherish
that.
in their
Oh
heart.
my
So
god.
it's like it's kind of sad, at least from my perspective, like seeing the EG announcement, like I mourn for the players and like my love for those players because that was the first roster. Like I said in my tweet, how I got into like League, right? Like I met a lot of this friend circle because of this EG roster.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Vulcan, I publicly stated that
sad.
like I like Vulcan was the first player I fell in love with LCS. So seeing
Mhm.
like this whole roster that like was so dear to my heart, I've made a lot of friends because of it. Is like this specific group that I'm talking to right now. It makes me really sad, and I understand that this stuff happens, and this stuff happens in esports and traditional sports as well. But that doesn't mean as a fan that like you can take away the fact that like this roster was something, at least like EG roster was something special and meant a lot to not only me but to so many other people as well.
I also
So
think
Mhm.
like
it's
Yeah.
really sad.
it really like I mean it's like an arc, right? Like when we were sitting there, so during that finals, the EGTL finals in spring 2022, I was rooting for TL. I'm a Bjergsen fan. I'm a fan of like
Mhm.
Hansama. I was
Yeah.
like I was rooting for those players because I was like, dude, I like these players. I don't know who these random EG guys are. They're on a tear. I like Inspired, whatever. They come into finals. Game 1, I maybe was the only person who watched that. I guess I was with the TL fans. I watched it and I was so mad. First time I saw that Danny play, I'm sitting there like
You were mad?
Danny's walking up with TK and I'm
So
talking to my friend.
you're repping the TL fans
Yeah,
here.
I'm
Sorry
on
to
call,
TL
right? I'm on
fans.
call with my friends.
Shout
I'm
out
like,
to
dude,
Tree.
no, like this is so wait, like he can actually get
Shout out
excited.
to Tree.
No, oh my god, oh it's over, it's over. He gets the Baird steal, and I already know. I'm like,
Jojo
no,
over.
it's over, it's over. It's dude, it's over. Like fuck, it's
Jojo
so
over.
it's so doomed. Like I'm so mad watching this, and then he gets the pentakill, and I'm like, wait a second, because at that point Danny had already done the Tristana play like a year before, and I was like, dude, am I watching the birth of like the new GOAT?
Nah,
Do
for
you
real
really
though.
think
No,
that?
everyone felt
Yeah,
that
I-
way,
Really?
but
Dude,
yeah, I
everyone-
mean, you know what
wonder.
happened
Everyone,
next.
when we saw the Danny Tristana play, people were like, guys,
Aware.
this is the most
Clueless.
mechanically talented like NA player we've seen in so long. Then we saw the Jinx kill, and we were like,
Shout
dude,
out to Danny.
this is the launching point. I was so excited. After that finals, I was an EG diehard. And like,
No, I'm with you because I was actually like my big secret, non-secret secret is that I was cheering for 100 Thieves in finals because I was like a big Huhi fan, still am, and so 100 Thieves was my number one team in spring finals or in spring split last year, and then EG was kind of just like this team of random people I didn't know because I was like getting back in the LCS, but they kind of were my second favorite team due to playoffs. So I was like, oh, I like that. They have these young players because Danny's my age and Jojo's also around my age, and it's pretty cool. And but then I was still cheering for 100 Thieves because Huhi. So I was actually sad when EG won, but also it was like mixed feelings because I was like, oh, good for them though. But then MSI happened, and I just like somehow Jojo Pyun just like took over.
and this
Like
was
I don't know, he
legit. Like,
just
this was
stole
before
my
we knew
heart.
each other.
Yeah, that's before we knew each other.
Spring
So
finals is before any of like even just us being friends was a
we
thing.
did not know each other. Yeah.
Like
So
it's just insane. And like we look at it now, it just feels so cathartic because I'm like, I mean, it's no secret that I'm not on the best terms with evil geniuses, right?
Or anyone.
True, I'm not on the best terms with anyone.
Amanda.
Me,
Amanda.
me and the whole world kind of beefing lately, but
I have beef with you, Arsh.
true. Actually, we
Wait,
do have
beef with
beef.
who?
You didn't tell me when you
NAmen
were
has beef with Arsh.
you didn't tell me when
NAmen
you were
versus
free to
Arsh.
see
Oh yeah.
Ssumday,
No, we
so
used to
we are
before it was
beefing.
EG's over party. We had Arsh's over
Arsh's
party.
over party.
You can
Wait,
actually
do you
look
want to
that up
see
on Twitter.
Ssumday? I feel like you don't want to hang out with me. Now you're trying to out me, saying like I don't want to hang out with you.
Oh my
You've
gosh,
been
drama.
in my part of LA like 50 times in the last month. And
That is not true.
we're not going to talk
working.
about what you were
Working.
doing,
Hey.
but you were
I've
not
been
coming to see
working.
me. So
I've been working, sir. You've been moving.
I'm just
Okay,
saying.
guys.
We're gonna have beef after this podcast. Stick around if you're on
Yeah,
the Twitch stream.
after-
We're gonna have beef
after,
after
bro.
this.
Yeah, it's going to be just me and Numiii fist fighting live on broadcast.
World star.
And that's why you guys want to be
Okay.
here live at TTV NAmen Central so that you can watch me and Numiii
Okay,
fist fight.
smooth.
Creator clash.
Also, right before and after every stream, I just give a fuck ton of leaks. So I leak everything. And I like name my sources too.
Yeah, Arsh just
Um,
knows every piece
yeah.
of
If you sub
information
to us,
in the
we'll
scene,
do like
you know.
sub only streams. Well, we
Right.
just
We'll
like
do
talk
sub
about
only
each
streams.
other.
We'll just leak everything.
So now you're
You should watch us
soliciting
live.
subs.
It's fun.
No, yeah, dude, that was so funny. This is a tangent, but I like when
Yeah.
I say something that's like a leak that like like relatively low consequence or something, just something I've heard that I'm like, hey, I want to clear this up, like something that's happening, and someone replies like, what's your source? I'm like, dude, why would I
mean-
tell you my source?
I mean, like,
Your mom. That's the source.
It's so fun. Okay, we've got our your mom
That
joke
was
in
for
for the
Maxie.
episode.
I miss Maxie so much. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got our your mom
be
joke.
alive
Shout out
soon.
Maxie.
shout out to Maxie.
Shout out Maxie doing your
Everyone-
finals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
Anyway.
wanted to point out that in chat earlier, Cubby said, "Will miss my top 5 mid jungle duo in the world." That's my line too. I will miss
Dude,
them so much.
I
You already pointed out the replies, but we didn't specifically go over the replies. It was just like on Twitter how they were like when the announcement came out. Was that yesterday? Bro, I got like no sleep yesterday.
That was yesterday.
They did not feel real.
Yeah.
Because I woke up and then the announcement came out like a few minutes after I woke up, so I was like, oh, I woke up too early, and I was like, I did this for a reason. The announcement came out. So
Yeah, no, it
Anyways.
was for sure weird. Like, I mean, we can talk about it now because you kind of brought it up. Like, Jojo Pin and Inspired split up. Numiii
it cut
can't
short too
really-
early because it wasn't like it wasn't their like they couldn't have done anything about it. I mean, it was kind of just EG being broke and lame. And they obviously both
That's
wanted to
new.
keep playing with each other, which is really sad because like Inspired's tweet was, was a fun journey. Didn't expect it to end like that, but yeah, hope we play together again at some point at Jojo Lol. And then Jojo said, "Thanks for carrying me. We'll play together soon." And then my heart, bro. Like,
No, and then
like
Inspired had the
obviously,
other
I
reply to
really
you
hope they.
too.
Yeah, I really hope they will get to play together again one day. Like any smart org would try to reunite them because they're good friends and play well together. But also, yeah, I quoted it and said, "Did they even get a proper goodbye?" And then Inspired said, "Nope." So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that kind
that's
of
pretty
gives
sad.
away EG's whole game with regards to like
I mean, they all went home after their loss in playoffs, right? And then all of the players didn't know this like this Chevron quadra kill was coming, so they probably
the
all thought they were
Chevron
gonna
quadra kill.
meet back up in summer, and then boom, nope.
I think Manny tweeted that this was the Chevron gas leak.
Wait,
Oh no.
Chevron leak, yeah.
The
Spill,
Chevron gas spill.
spill.
Yeah, the Chevron oil spill.
They spilled out 4 players.
So there's the Bud Light Ace and the
my
Chevron oil
gosh.
spill. We've got
Yeah.
now we'll just need a team to drop 3 players that nobody and then we'll have good names for everything. But I think
Yeah.
like the discussion naturally does come up of like where these players are gonna go. Are they gonna stay in NA? And we can kind of move down the list one by one of the players, and some of this some people won't be able to comment on. Some of us, certain people here may work at LCS orgs, and thus their comments would be seen as leaks and not speculation.
I just want to say, and I said this in my public tweet, like, I love this EG roster, and as a fan, like, any organization would be like, please, any LCS org, like, please pick up any of these players. They're amazing players. They've proved themselves multiple times. Like, I would love to see these players still stay in NA. Unfortunately, I know that may or may not happen, just depending, like, I can't control where a player goes, right? I can only support where they go on their next journey, but I loved this EG roster to my heart. I made so many friends because of this EG roster, and I'm begging. I would love to see LCS like pick up these players, but business is business. I get it. Like there's stuff behind the scenes. Like I can't control where a player goes, but as a fan, I can just say wherever y'all go, wish you luck, and I really hope like y'all have success. Whether it be like Inspired goes to LEC or stays in like NA. Like I want to see Inspired and Jojo back together. Like I don't know when.
Me
but
too.
I wanna see them
Yeah,
back together.
I think
Please.
it's been pretty heavily rumored that at least a couple of the players where they're going or like what's happening with where they're going. I will say like
Yeah,
I'm
or
not gonna leak
speculation.
specific stuff, but I do know that almost nothing is settled with regards to any of the
Imagine
players.
having leaks.
Also,
Um,
like, can anything be settled? Because, like, obviously, I don't know how off. This is like my first real off season, mind you. If anyone's listening, this is my first real off season of me actually paying attention, other than after Worlds. So it's like, is it too early to say anything is confirmed or
it's not
not?
so it's
Like,
not too early because like if you look at like some LEC rosters, some LCS rosters have had like I mean Wooloo and Eevee have started tweeting some stuff. These players were dropped pretty late, so it's pretty reasonable that like they wouldn't have a home yet. But I mean, you can speculate like where people will go. I think, especially Inspired and Vulcan, both of them are like top 5 easily in the West in their roles. I think like no
Top 5
contest.
jungle support duo in the world.
True.
in my heart,
So
in my
true.
heart.
Support duo in the
Top
West.
1
In
in
the
my heart.
world
Top 1 in
and-
my heart.
And in my
They're also on the thumbnail.
True.
These
They
are-
are right
are.
the
there.
thumbnail is so funny, or it's like so good.
Yeah,
Like Arsh
they're
made.
both
Arsh picked
actually
it.
looking super disappointedly at Amanda right now.
So true.
No, they're actually they're looking right at EG management. They're outside of the
I
frame
am
of the
EG
thumbnail, so
they're
management.
outside the frame.
you can't see the EG management, but that's what they're looking at right now.
This is
But yeah,
EG
I think
right
so.
here. This is
I
EG
mean, we can all
management.
kind of go around and give like our thoughts on where like about certain players. I will say that I think I mean I would like all 4 of these players to stay in NA because I think they're good. I think there's a good chance that FBI doesn't like I mean okay, this again, none of this is leaks because nothing's
The
decided.
big league FBI is joining the FBI.
I personally think that there's so many good
CIA.
ADCs in LCS that I think FBI might just not end up on an LCS roster. Because like
Really?
I mean I'd have to look at it again.
I just feel like, I mean, this is a common sentiment, right? I feel like, was it like our jungle pool and ADC pool are quite strong in LCS? Like if
Yeah,
you're
I just because
comparing.
I don't see him being the
So
kind of player that wants to go to Dig or IMT. Though I could see him go to Dig if Dig like is trying to make money moves and like I mean FBI
I
surely
feel like Dig already made money.
Dignitas with
Off.
FBI Jensen and Santorin, right? Like surely they could do something. Even like IMT picked up Solo. So they'd have Solo and Balulu. Balulu looked good. It's hard to say. Like I feel like what it might end up being a thing where FBI has offers from like teams where he might not necessarily want to go. Because the top of the ADC pool, where he wants to be in those top teams, because he has been a top player for 3-4 years. I don't see any of those teams switching out their ADCs. I don't see 100 Thieves wanting him back. I don't see C9. I don't see GGS. I don't see whatever. Like I just don't see it happening. I can see Ssumday moving around. I can see Inspired probably going back to AAC. But yeah, I don't know if you guys want to give your thoughts.
Wait, on like anyone?
Yeah,
or
just
like
anyone.
one?
Like where you think people are going.
Well, I'll just talk about my faves, I guess. So, inspired. I have already prepared. I've already like braced myself for weeks for him to probably go back to LEC. Like, I'm not gonna get my hopes up because I mean, if I like was coping really hard and saying that he must stay in NA, I'll just be disappointed if he goes to LEC. So I'm just preparing, and I'm gonna get my European citizenship, and I hope the
Wait, you're
Europeans will
gonna be
welcome me.
wait, I'm sorry, you're gonna be a citizen of Europe, the country?
Yeah, yeah,
you're
the
gonna go
Europe,
to.
the continent.
Oh,
Please welcome.
Oh shit, the whole continent too.
Actually,
Like we're not
I'm
even talking
joking.
like
Well,
countries.
I was talking with Maya and her friend Leah, and who's Polish, and Leah was like, "I'm giving both of you a Polish citizenship." So basically, we have that now, for real.
hype. Yeah,
It's completely legitimate.
that's how it works. Yeah.
That is in fact how getting citizenship works.
Yep. They
So
just say like you can have it and then you have it.
anyway, but like in seriousness, like I really think there's a high chance of him going to LEC because his like mainly because his main reason for being in NA and staying in NA was playing with Jojo Pyun, who like he's always talked about how like he just loves playing with Jojo Pyun, and he once said like, "Oh, if I had to go to EU, I would try to take Jojo with me," but it's like he can't take Jojo with him now. Jojo's in contract jail. Hashtag free Jojo Pyun. But I just don't know what other mid laner or like other players in NA he would be wanting
Hmm.
to play with. But I don't know about EU either because I don't watch EU, but that might change. I might have to start watching
Elaine might
LEC
become an
and waking up
LEC
early.
enjoyer with me. That'd be so
Ooh,
I
big.
might
and
have
me
to
too. I
become
like
regional
LEC.
trader.
I think that inspired realistically, honestly, this is just like a quick aside for LEC enjoyers. I think everyone's initial thought is, which top team needs a jungler? Koi. Done. But then you think, oh wait, Inspired used to be on Rogue/Koi. What happened with that?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I feel like the jungle pool in LEC is interesting.
I
So
agree.
I don't know honestly because
I don't know anything
there's a lot of
about
hit or
LEC.
miss. Like there's a lot of junglers who are either really good some games or just completely
Yeah,
just
I
just
think jungle
bad.
pool in LEC is hard to measure because like on one hand, Aoyuya and Yike look insane sometimes,
Mhm.
and Bo looks insane sometimes. And
But then Bo looks horrible.
yeah,
sometimes.
and then like sometimes Yike plays Bel'Veth and goes like 0-20, and you're like, wait, what? And sometimes plays Bel'Veth goes like 20-0, and you're like, huh? So Aoyuya, I think, probably is just objectively the best jungler there. And Yankos might be number 2, and he's stuck on a bottom team. So my concern is like if Yankos ended up on Heretics, like where is
That's
Inspired gonna go? Because
my
Yankos
worry
might be
is he could go
playing
to
better than.
XL. That's my
also
worry.
okay. That was also my worry. I was like, it's either XL or Koi, and seeing Inspired on XL would be like out of the frying pan into the fire. Like, oh yes, I made it out of EG. Where did I end up? Somewhere with good management, right? Definitely not XL. Oh. And it's like, oh, what other team needs a jungler? Oh, Fnatic, like Razork's not like that good. Oh, great. Oh wait, it's Fnatic management. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. The only I could say I would say that 113 was like a hit or miss, but I don't think that Astralis is gonna get more than 113.
I think 113. I could see. I mean, okay, Inspired is objectively a better player than 113, but 113 is a very promising rookie.
And he's
so
young.
it's
yeah,
hard to say.
Inspired is
I could see
subjectively the
Inspired
best player
being
in the
like-
world.
No, I think he's objectively the best
Absolutely.
player in the
Yep,
world.
there we go. Elaine said it. There we go.
Objectively.
But I think,
All there is to
and
it.
again, we're not, this is not the NAmen podcast, but we're nerding out about it, so why not? I think Leader. So Leader, if you guys remember, Leader played in NA like last year. And he's known for like being a bit of a psycho, like Jojo is. I could see Inspired being more attracted to that because I think, I mean, outside looking in, of course, I've never spoken to Inspired. We're not good friends. We don't go golfing. We don't play tennis every weekend. I definitely don't play ARM with him all the time. Like, I don't know that guy for sure. I actually don't. This is a bit.
A more realistic example would have been soccer. He's a
No,
soccer
we
player.
play golf. Like we're just refined. So, okay, so
Like anyone I know.
Inspired went
that I
from
enjoy
Larson.
plays golf.
Football.
My
Inspired
dad.
went from Larson, who, speaking graciously, is a pretty passive mid laner, to Jojo, and really said that he liked playing with Jojo, and had a lot of problems playing with Larson on Rogue in general. Maybe he got along well with Larson. I don't know, but I could see him being like, I really need an active mid laner who does things, and so I could see him wanting to play with Leader. Right? At the end of the day, if he goes to Astralis and says, I would like to play for you, Astralis would be like, yes, please. Yes, please, sir. How much money would you like us to pay you, sir? Like, you know, like it's a bit more simple when you're as good as Inspired is. And that leaves us with Vulcan, who is also very good.
Amanda, you should go.
I don't know if Amanda, you have thoughts on where Vulcan's going.
Don't leave. Don't leave.
Don't leave.
Don't
Why
leave.
do you think he's leaving? Do you want to tell people why we might think he's leaving?
Through the grapevine, seemingly I've heard a few little rumors that, you know, he's in Berlin right now. I wonder why.
Yeah,
He is
himself
in Berlin.
Actually,
I wonder what he's doing in Europe.
He did tweet
he's
that he was
having
in
a nice
Berlin.
vacation.
I do know that
Having
he
a nice
visited a bunch of orgs. I think that was even
As
public.
a vacation.
Yeah, as a vacation, just a fun time in Berlin, big vacation hotspot.
Yeah, he actually like met up with his old friend Niski, so
with
that's why he
Nesquik.
went. You know, it's a
He,
vacation.
he flew copium. He flew all the way there just to have a Niski.
Yeah, they just needed to catch up in the cafe a little bit, you know. No big deal.
Yeah, and then afterwards they went to a hot tub and he chilled with Niski, and Niski was like, "Dude, my jungler best in Europe, but damn, we could use you as a support." Just saying.
This reads like a fan fiction that like
Yeah,
one of
I'm
the
not
LEC
sure,
teams are doing. Like what was it? Was it Mad Lions? Was it Carzy? Who's
Carzy
just like
with the fan fiction.
It's
Yeah,
actually
fan
same
fiction.
team. But
Oh,
Yeah.
Carzy did just win, and realistically,
Anyway.
I think the prevailing rumor, elephant in the room, is that Vulcan will be going to FlyQuest. That is
Yeah, I
that
mean,
is
that
the
one
rumor.
makes sense because they kind of had support position turmoil in the previous split. So
Yeah, it would
make
be.
sense.
I don't. It's one of those things where a lot of times when people say like, "I've heard this rumor," right? A lot of times when it aligns with what you'd intuitively think is going to happen, right? Like anyone from the outside looking in would go like, "Hey, Vulcan's the best support in the league. FlyQuest was really good, except they were constantly switching out supports." Right? Like, so it's almost too intuitive to where I'm like, this might not be a rumor that like we're seeing tweets about, but it's like just something that people thought is possible and like is beneficial for both parties. I know Numiii is staying very quiet and looking straight into the camera right now because she can't say anything, so I don't want to like ask her anything about it.
Remain silent. You have the
I'll
right
say-
to remain
I just want
silent.
Vulcan to stay in LCS, man. Like I think Vulcan is
Yeah,
such a staple.
exactly.
Like
We do
support.
want. It would be really sad if
Man,
LCS
like,
lost Vulcan,
Vulcan
one of the
stay,
best, one of like the best personalities.
I don't-
That's
yeah, I
true.
was just
but
gonna say,
I
don't
think
know if
Vulcan
we can
has
talk
the
about this
best
enough,
the
like,
best Twitter game
The best
in
face.
the world.
Oh, sorry.
Carzy
in the
is
world. Whoa,
and
hold on,
Carzy
hold
and
on,
Vulcan
hold
are
on.
like my
Ooh,
top two.
Carzy. It's Carzy and Vulcan for me. Carzy and Vulcan. And then when Faker sends out his like Faker has a Twitter account, right? When he sends us like one tweet of like the year,
It's
and he
actually
gets like a
inspired
billion
in Vulcan.
likes.
like I don't know if people are talking about this about Vulcan, but just like if we lose Vulcan to a different region, I think some people I've seen the argument that it could be good for LCS, but I would argue just like
Dude,
I
I
would
think
be
I
more
think
than
Peter
It's
Dunn
glad
bad
was
for
for
saying
me.
that,
Van.
but I'm like, I don't trust Peter Dunn
I think
saying
Peter
that because
Dunn
I'm
was
like, you're just trying to steal Vulcan from us.
I think Peter was commenting on a Holland League comment in relation to that,
He's
I
trying
think.
to steal Vulcan from us. That's
But it's
why
just like
he's trying to steal
I
Vulcan.
love the man's great. Like he's a great player, he has a great personality, like he loves playing up to whatever he's doing. He owns up to whatever he's doing. Like are we not going to forget when he wrote the word like ratio on his forehead? Then he's like, "Yeah, they told me never to do that again." Like
Yeah,
where are
because
you
he did
ever
it.
going to
It
find
was like
people like
Sharpie, and you're
that?
like not supposed
Yeah,
to do
he's a
that.
mature player. He's got great brand. He's also very good at League of Legends, I've heard. Sources
And he's
say.
got the most devoted fans.
So
Yeah, I mean,
I
but
think
he's also just like playing everyone by like memeing around on Twitter saying
Yeah.
that he's gonna go to the other region. Like, oh, this region looks nice.
also I'll just say like, dude, Spica and Vulcan content would go so hard.
I
Like
agree.
Speak of
That
Vulcan.
is huge,
I mean,
actually.
I was
Spica and Vulcan on the
that is
same
funny.
side, just
I
fucking
need Vulcan
amazing.
Prince.
Twitter
like,
game
I
will
need
go. The
that
Twitter
to
game will be
happen.
going crazy.
The Twitter game would go crazy.
I want to see
You lose in that team
the
once,
Vulcan
they're
Impact
in your
reunion.
comments instantly. They're in your mentions instantly. As soon as
I
you
just
lose
want
to
to see
them.
the Vulcan Impact reunion. If Vulcan goes to FlyQuest, like if that
Oh, I
actually
forgot.
happened,
Yeah, it
I
would be a
would
Vulcan
like,
Impact reunion.
yeah, but I would actually become a FlyQuest fan because like I can't. I like unfortunately just can't cheer for EG anymore. Like even though they have Jojo, like I just can't. Like this org, it's so bad, man. Like I just can't do it. So I need a different org, or I need a different team. I'm not cheering for orgs. Sorry.
Damn. Brutal.
I'm gonna be a
It
Jojo
is pretty
Kyun
Hurts
sad.
a bit.
solo stand. Like I hope Jojo does. I hope Jojo does well. I hope he has his Lyra split.
He's dude, 10th place
He has
team
his
MVP.
MVP on a 10th place team. Yeah. Cause so Jojo's tweet was like, grateful to play with great teammates early in my career. Wish y'all the best. And then Inspired replies with, good luck next split, bro. Get that MVP finally. And I'm like, does Inspired really believe that Jojo can get MVP next split with his budget roster, like whatever budget roster EG is pulling out? Like, there's no
I
way,
mean,
right? But
if
then
He believes
he's
in the
actually a believer
1v9.
though.
if EG
That's what we have
gets
to
the
believe in.
kinds
The
of
Lyra split.
rosters that I think are available to them at this point, if they get those kinds of players, and they even get like 6th or like 7th, that would be Jojo carrying them so hard. 'Cause
Jojo's MVP split is coming. I'm not hard coping,
He
guys.
would be a very valuable player. That's all I'm saying. He'd be
the
very
most
valuable.
valuable.
Okay, so we've talked now a lot about the EG situation, and we've kind of started to zoom out into all of our players and like looking back on the split. So one thing we wanted to do is at the start of the year, most of us / all of us made bias lists about like our favorite players in each role, each position, and we kind of wanted to look back and see how that had changed or how we felt about those things now. So I'll just say like my list, and then I'll like we can talk about it. You guys can mock me. But okay, so I have in my number 1, I made like 3, but I'll just say my number 1s. Fudge, Spica, Bjergsen, Berserker, and Chime. Ooh. Bjergsen makes me
This is a very
sad.
much you list.
Yeah, these are all my favorite players.
Recently, like Bjergsen, like I hope you have
Rip
fun
Bjergsen.
like your off season now, like
Sad.
but this is very much Arsh list actually. Like Fudge and Bjerg on your list is very like on there. Why'd you choose Chime? I love Chime as a player. I do. Like why do you
Oh,
have Chime
Chime's
on
just
your
my
list?
friend.
It's
I like
very
Chime. I've met him.
okay, never
I
mind.
met him. Talked to him. He's nice.
Wait, sorry.
Deep
Wait. You know that like copy pasta? That's like the first name. Like you're on a first name basis. Yo, yeah, I know pro player. I know top pro players.
Yeah, I know JP. We're homies. I do actually just call him Chime. It's really funny. I even call Numiii Numiii.
Okay.
No, Arsh never calls me by my real name. He only ever calls me by Numiii.
I sometimes call you
Really?
Angie if
That's
I really
funny.
need to
I
get your
didn't notice
attention,
that.
but I mostly call you Numiii.
You call me Numiii,
mean-
like even
I
when
mean,
we're
Numiii
hanging
is-
out,
Yeah,
like
even in
Numiii is
person,
kind of a
in
good
private,
name.
I call you Numiii.
I'm like, bro.
When it is
I
the
mean, I
two
go
of
by
us,
both.
when it's two of us in
Good
a
point,
car
Numiii
driving
goes
somewhere,
hard.
I say Numiii, you are
Okay,
being an
Elaine.
idiot.
Okay, Elaine.
Sorry, I'm just reading chat.
Oh, who said
Quickly
that in chat? Who said that in chat? William.
William.
I'm never gonna literally when I can buy Numiii on Instagram on Twitch, like I'll be set for life. Like I've messaged the person who owns Numiii on Instagram multiple times and then never reached out to me over the years. I've given up. Like it's
Oh
not
my
happening.
gosh.
I will
Hey,
say,
they
I
I'm
think
so
the
just
sorry.
only
forget they
change I'd
have
have
the
to this
accounts,
is
probably.
Busio would probably go number 1,
Busio
just
baby
over
girl?
Chime,
Baby girl
because Busio
Busio?
is
Oh
my
my
baby
gosh,
girl.
your baby girl. Yes.
But none of this has changed. I know the players I like, and I stick to them. I love Berserker. I love Fudge. That's why I like C9. Busio and Bjergsen are on this list, which is why I like 100 Thieves.
So we've
And
learned that Arsh is extremely loyal.
true, I'm loyal.
Actually,
If I like you,
that's
I
pretty
like you.
good. I feel like that's pretty good because it's like I feel like and at least like what I see from fans, right? Some fans are just like, like I don't really have a favorite team or player. I just go with whatever's entertaining. So I like doing like bias lists. It's fun just to watch your player throughout the splits and just be like, this is like this is my like top 5, right? Like these are the people. These are my diehards. Like
Yep.
these are my baby girls.
And then you
Basically.
might like suddenly you discover someone new, like suddenly
Yeah.
out of nowhere, and then it's just great.
Yeah, I mean, 4 out of 5 of the 100 Thieves players are on this list, and then 3 out of
Oh
5
wow,
C9.
yeah.
So like on the whole
Loyal.
list. So I'm
Eh?
definitely like it makes sense who I was a fan of this split. I don't know, Amanda, if you want to go next.
Yeah, so I didn't make a list at the beginning of the season, but if I have to like look back in my mind and think about who I probably would have put, it would have probably been Vulcan, Berserker, Fudge, and probably Bjergsen. Just mostly based on personalities. I just
Based.
enjoy those guys.
Sad about Bjergsen.
And-
I don't think we talked about it yet, but Bjergsen's retirement. That video made me cry.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
I'm
I
a
like
big
him.
Bjergsen fan. I'm very sad.
I'm not an OG. I started watching like 2 years ago. But
Same.
he's just a
I'm
good
not an
dude.
OG either. I just
I like him. Now though, definitely would add Prince and Busio onto the list because
Ooh.
really love them. They are cool. Prince is hilarious. He's really fun. I really like the dude. I'm glad he's in NA. Busio, also really cool dude. Seems like a great guy. Can't say much more. I mean, I'm definitely more on like, great gameplay, awesome gameplay, love it. Definitely care more about like who they are. What
to be fair,
content
I
they
mean,
put
both
out.
of those
Are they
players
nice?
did
Are they
pop
cool?
off. I mean,
They're all good
Busio
players.
not as much as Prince, but
He
definitely
was still
Busio-
solid.
Busio was great.
Love the gameplay, love the personalities. Can't get any better, honestly.
I don't know, Numiii, if you wanna.
Yeah, so I made like a cutest list. So I made this on November 19th. I'm looking at the graphic right now. So at the time I put Philip, Spica, Jojo, Berserker, and Targamas since we had like a import rule going on. And I would say like my bias list, I've been very open about it, but I would say like if we're doing like a 5 or whatever, I'd put like Dhokla, Spica, Jojo, Prince, and Vulcan. I've been very open in the past about like Vulcan and Dhokla. Like those are I love these 2 players. Like I've watched them like streams, content, everything. Um I like Spica's personality and like I think he's a really good jungler as well. I'm happy he's been enabled and like leaving TSM going to a different organization and happy to see him in a different light. And then I've actually, yes, I work for FlyQuest, right? But I actually do like the Prince storyline, right? Like we've had a lot of
Dude.
storylines from like him coming from
Chill
LCK, not making
alert.
it there.
The
So
drive with
hold
Prince
on,
was
let me
so
finish.
good.
Let me finish. But like, just his story from like LCK coming to LCS, trying to make it big here, right? The Doublelift story, right? Like Doublelift being his idol, meeting him, like that is such a beautiful moment. Like that is why we watch League of Legends, right?
I
I
love it.
want
It
to
was
see
so
moments like
Yeah,
cute.
that.
that drive
It
was
was
so
so
good.
cute. And like you could tell that story to like I told that story to my family. I was just like, this is like I like this game, and there's a moment like this happened. They're just like, wow, that's really cool. Like this is like that's a story that transcends like video games, you know. And then
Yeah.
I really love like the drive piece they did on Prince as well, getting to know his father, getting to know his story. Like I did not watch him in LCK, so I like seeing Prince from the story perspective, but also to challenge Berserker, right? I think Mark Zimmerman talked about how he'll be very sad if Berserker ever
Why'd you
leaves
call him his
NA.
legal name?
Zimmerman.
He sounded like his
Mark
mom who's mad at him.
Zimmerman.
Mark Zimmerman. Mark Zimmerman, get
whatever.
down here.
Mark's an MSI right now, okay? Like
Who says
he's
Mark Z? It's
He's
Mark
not gonna see
Z.
this.
But like Mark talked about how like he'd be sad if Berserker left, right? Berserker offers a lot to this
Yeah.
region, and like I'd love to see someone challenge Berserker, and I feel like Prince does that. So I have him on my bias list, and then I love Jojo, right?
Based.
Elaine has like brought me over, right? But like I do think Jojo is a really fun player, and what I talked
He
about
should.
Vulcan, right? Like having personality, like
Mhm.
outside of game, you know, like we need players like that. I'm not saying it's necessary, but like it's fun
Mhm.
to see stuff like that. And I think Jojo has like obviously I did not watch him in Academy, like he just has a lot of stuff to come, and like I don't know, maybe this will be good for him, like with EG doing stuff that they're doing right now. Maybe he'll be enabled as like a player. I don't know. I'm
I
trying to be
doubt.
hopeful.
I
I'm trying to
doubt.
be hopeful. Trying to be hopeful. I do love
We like the optimism.
Yeah, the
He's
optimism
a
is
very
there.
cautious optimism.
We are optimistic.
Like
I am
he's
trying
they're
my best.
manifesting the lyrics.
I will say Jojo, like on a serious note, Jojo is so nice in person, and like he is.
bro.
Like,
I'm
Every
sorry.
time
Wait.
dude.
I'm sorry, Elaine.
I'm not over it.
I'm sorry, but he's really nice in person. Like he is an insanely talented player. I do genuinely hope the best for him. I know he has a lot of fans, and I know that EG knows how many fans he has and how valuable he is for their brand. And you know
Yeah.
what? Brand value is what matters most, more than anything else. Remember, always retain a player for brand value. Make sure they keep playing for you. Brand value. That's a
Yeah, EG does not
reference.
have any brand value. I can tell you that.
We knew that though.
True. I'm genuinely, you know what? I'm looking forward to how they revamp their image.
That's my
Maybe they
line,
should revamp
Arsh.
their image by
That's my
selling their
line.
spot. Hashtag EG is over party. Hashtag EG disband.
I don't know that EG needs to sell their
EG
spot. I
out.
think that I just need to see certain changes happen.
Needs to see
Like,
some management.
Wait,
Yep.
are people really advocating for EG to sell their spot?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
what do you mean? What? That's not surprising at all. Like nobody likes EG right now. Like
Oh yeah.
I know, but just like
People want EG to sell their spot.
is this like an actual? So I always thought it was just
people
an
in
opinion.
question
I didn't think it's like
includes
an
me.
actual.
So
Numiii, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think EG wants EG to sell its spot.
They're broke
So
as
they're, I know
hell.
they have other stuff going on, like
they're
outside of
literally
league, right? There's like,
saving. There's like no redeeming them unless they like get a completely new leadership, like completely. So
I think that they need to switch out some people for sure, but I don't think it's impossible.
Jojo, I'm rooting for you. Jojo, I'm rooting
Okay.
for you. I really am.
Okay.
Take it out.
Can I go?
Yeah, sure,
Yes,
Elaine. Elaine, give your bias list.
My bias list that I made like before the split started.
Wait, I remember I just remembered your ranking when we did the rankings, and it was just 20 JoJo pins inspired.
Oh yeah,
oh my god, I do remember this.
The power rankings. Yeah, that was kind of a meme. But my actual bias list, made it like in December, and it was like a top 16. So it was JoJo Pyun inspired, Huhi, Doublelift, Busio, and Ssumday. That was before the split. And the most glaring thing here is the
No,
lack of
Vulcan.
Vulcan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like I don't know. I actually don't know why he wasn't top 6, but I guess he wasn't. But like he quickly.
I remember why that was a thing, or I remember why that changed, but I'll remind you off stream.
What do you mean? Okay. You can remind me off stream. I'm scared now. Anyways, he's shooting up to 3rd place. He all the way up.
Vulcan is shooting up.
On my heart.
Vulcan, I didn't know you were crazy like
I don't
that.
care. I mean, he's shooting up to 3rd place. I don't care. I mean, we interacted a lot on Twitter. He's really interactive. He's really nice. He followed me back, so we're mutes now. Like, cool.
Vulcan.
We played a few ARAMs. Like, I feel like the ARAM bond, you know, like.
Who cares if he followed you back? He's a McDonald's worker. He's not anyone famous.
I've never heard of Vulcan in my life.
But like my friends aren't famous, but it's nice to be.
It's fucked up.
It's
fucked up as your friends.
That's not what I meant.
She just ran checked all of us. We just got called randos.
I'm not famous either, bro. You don't have to be famous for the follow back to matter. Yeah, okay. Anyways.
I'm not famous, William. Stop that narrative right now. Continue, Elaine.
Yeah, I mean he's a great guy. Vulcan, he's funny, thoughtful, good looking, you know. all that stuff. I I don't know. I don't know why he wasn't on it last year or like when I originally made it, but that's like the main difference. Like he quickly um became like another favorite player of mine throughout the split, especially because that like core trio that was left over from 2022 EG of Jojo, Inspired, and Vulcan, like the three of them like got along so well. It just like clicked really naturally. Like we barely got any content, so um it's hard to uh
Are you
see
cutting out
most of the
or?
stuff.
Oh, Elaine, I think you're
Like
cutting out.
but from
So
like just
okay, Elaine, you're cutting out. So I think.
oh
Oh,
okay
yeah, you're
wait when
cutting
did
out.
I start?
You're cutting out
Yeah,
hella.
because
So
yeah,
I'm
my
just
thing
gonna.
was kind of buffering.
Yeah. Okay. So point being, those
Is
players.
it,
We hope that you get to see all of your favorite players in
sorry,
North
sorry.
America. Oh wow.
Is it
Okay.
still cutting out?
Yeah, it is. It's cutting in and out. I don't know if you can hear when I'm speaking or not. Discord is being weird. We probably shouldn't
Oh
record on
wait, is it
Discord,
better
but
now?
it is better.
Okay, sorry. When did I sorry? When did I start cutting
I
out?
have no idea.
My
Just
bad,
like
my bad.
repeat your end your thought, I guess.
Oh, I don't know. I was saying something about how the like trio of Jojo, Inspired, and Vulcan staying together. Um, it made me appreciate all three of them even more because they like get along so well. Like even though we barely got any content from the few crumbs of content we got, like voice comms and stuff, they were always like having a good time with each other and like they're just really funny together. So yeah, and I guess the other people on this list like Doublelift, Busio, Ssumday, I like all of them still. I think Busio moves up.
Oh,
Huhi is
Busio was
still really up there.
up for you.
Yeah, Busio moves up. He just seems really nice and
I thought Busio would move
no,
down to
the
like replace.
Delphi propaganda is working, bro. Like
I thought Busio moved down to like give Vulcan a spot to move up.
We
no, it
add
was like
spots.
no, Busio moves up like over Doublelift.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see that.
that's what
I
I
see
meant.
that.
I,
I'm
I don't
excited.
think Doublelift's in my top 6 anymore. I still like him. It's just shifting.
yeah, that guy.
We're master
Doublelift
list.
is a character.
He did something, or he said and did some things that, but I still
Yeah.
support him as a player. But yeah,
Okay, so those are our bias lists. I think
Mhm.
it's a bit bittersweet. It's a bit more bittersweet than we thought it'd be, like looking back at these lists because like so much change. Bjergsen retired. I'm just sad about Bjergsen retiring. I'm gonna be honest. That just makes me so sad. Um, Also like the rumor milling right now is not super positive in general. Like it feels like the esports winter and like no one having money is like all anyone's talking about. Um, but there are like, I mean, even if the worst stuff happens, Inspired goes to EU, Vulcan goes to EU, every single team sells their
I
spots.
become an EU. I go to EU.
Oh
Elaine
no.
goes to
You
EU.
become EU,
She
man.
becomes a citizen of the Europe. But but like at the end of the day, like I think there is still a lot to be happy about because like at the end of the day, like FlyQuest doesn't get any other players, so we'll have at least one team to watch, right, Numiii? Hey, I don't know if you should. I expect you to back me up on that.
I just want to say, I know roster changes are bound to happen regardless of any org. I want to see players work with other players that they love working with, right? Obviously, can't control behind the scenes. I am very much like player focused in the sense of just like wherever you go, I will support you. So should you choose to like please
Mhm.
support players and support the orgs they're on, like Summer Split will be fun,
I
regardless of
think
what happens. Like I'm so tired of this narrative just like, oh, it's just not gonna be fun. Like it's fun every season. Like I
okay,
don't know
wait. So you're
what
talking
we're supposed
about fun, and you're talking about players that know each other. I think Numiii just confirmed that Caps and Yankos are going to FlyQuest.
Yes,
Oh.
so at the beginning of
I
so
just
Arsh,
figured it out.
Targamas was on
check
my
that off the
tennis list.
bingo list.
She
Arsh
was-
mentioned cap.
Yeah.
I said, like,
Dude, I didn't get to talk about caps
Targamas was on my
once.
tennis list. I would want to see Targamas in LCS for fun. I want to see Targamas here. I do.
Dude,
So
wait, Targa being teamless in LEC right now. I don't actually think you know that Targa
oh wait,
is
is
teamless.
he? I'm not like caught up on LCS. Is he actually
Yeah,
teamless?
he is actually teamless. So
Wait, why did you
Oh.
not tell me this? He's teamless.
yeah, which is funny because it makes it
Why?
sound like you're spreading a rumor, but just so we're clear, FlyQuest does not have import slots open, so it could not be Targamas to FlyQuest, and it is not Targamas to FlyQuest. I will say that with confidence. I do want to see
Dear
that guy
Mom,
get a team though.
FlyQuest.
That guy's very good and very
I just
Good at League of
remember
Legends
his
and creative.
pike play in like LEC. I think it was like finals or playoffs or something. He had like a really good pike. I was just like, dang, like this guy wants to play
He's good
pike in
pike.
like
He's a
playoffs.
good
Like
pike.
that's
Yeah.
bold.
he's creative and he's
He's the pike
very
man.
talented.
Yeah, it's actually the EU podcast. Oh my gosh.
True. We are talking a lot about EU. It's not my fault.
Relevant.
All your favorite players are going to EU, Elaine. Not my fault, man.
It's not my fault either.
It is your fault.
It's
If you
your
had drawn
fault
more
because
fan
they're
art,
your
they would
favorite
have
players.
stayed.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
you had drawn more fan art, they would.
I just want to make
Why are
Elaine
you
feel like shit.
Oh my god.
I mean, I know it's a joke, so it's funny. mean,
Imagine you took it
yeah.
seriously and like you're mad at me.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
You're like, that's
Yeah,
fucked up to say, Arsh.
man.
Okay.
I feel like no, Elaine made a really good tribute to like to
Is this
just,
new, by
like,
the way? This
roster.
is your profile picture. This drawing isn't new, is it?
Which one?
All three of them, are they new? They're
No,
older,
these
right?
are all like from stuff I drew before, but
Yeah,
I just
okay,
put
okay.
it on I put it in my Twitter banner. Yeah, this drawing of
Arsh is a
inspired
fake fan.
Jojo and Vulcan. Yeah, Arsh is a fake fan.
But
Like
yeah,
the right
we
one
have-
is
Arsh is
the
a
right
fake
one I
Elaine
made for
fan.
Vulcan's birthday, and he really liked it. So
Oh, I
that's
remember
nice.
that. I remember that. I don't remember where the left one is
Oh.
from. Is that from when you
The
drew
chat-
all
the
5 of them
chat
on the
is-
beach?
The chat is asking me to bully Arsh. I already did that when
Arsh
I
is over
said
party.
that he was a
Okay, just so we're clear,
simp,
the
so-
chat is not asking, it's just Cubby.
No, but William also backed him up.
Oh, true. If you guys join to watch the streams live, I can't even say on Saturdays it's at 6 PST because like we've done that like twice.
We're trying our best.
Show up,
Mhm.
check our Twitter on
mean-
Saturday at 6 p.m. PST, and if we haven't announced it, it's gonna be at some point. So we're live sometimes on Twitch, and we're
Okay,
maybe
about-
streaming an episode.
Okay, about the tribute that I made, I made like a video of like
Oh, true.
about Vulcan, Jojo, and Inspired. It was like 2 minutes, just like a few moments of that, like moments of them, like their friendship and times together throughout their time together, and I just put that on Twitter yesterday after the announcement because I just figured I'll just put it out after it gets officially announced. And then Inspired actually saw it, and he said he quote retweeted it and said, "What a great video, thanks!" Smiley emoji. So I felt pretty honored about that because I feel
It
like
was really
it's kind
good.
of hard.
And by the way, you can check
Kind of
this
hard to
out.
get praise from
It'll
Inspired.
be in the description of the Spotify and the YouTube and everything, so you can go check out Elaine's video. It was very,
Oh, thanks for
very,
the
very
links.
good.
I mean, oh, you watched it?
You sent me an early version as well, just so we're clear. I've seen all
Yeah,
of your editing skills.
Oh yeah.
Are you
Actually,
trying to justify yourself as now as an Elaine fan, although not
I'm not an
recognizing
Elaine
her
fan.
art?
I can just appreciate that her
I mean,
work
I
is
wasn't
good.
sure how many people saw the early version. Okay, thank you.
I
thank
can
you.
separate
Yeah,
the art from the
it was
artist,
just
all
'cause
right? The art is good. I don't know about Elaine, but the art,
Oh,
the
thanks, Cubby.
video, and the is good. Is really good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely like put my heart into that because they're just really my favorite trio. I'm just like really sad that they're splitting up like earlier than they should like this. Like it shouldn't end. It's like ending on a sour note kind of because of how things went down like 0-3 and everything, but I hope some of them at least get to reunite one day.
It's the darkest before
And
the dawn. I
hashtag
think
EG's Upper Party and hashtag
Yeah.
Free Jojo Pyun.
I do genuinely think that like when you have a player like Inspired with his like level of, and this is me partially helping you cope and partially like being genuine.
That helped me cope.
Yeah, like I think
Okay.
I think inspired when you're at that level, the way inspired is, I think you can like you really can say like, hey, I want to play with Jojo, and Jojo's good enough that like if he joins the right roster in the next couple years, I could totally see like those two reunited.
Yeah, I could see them reuniting. Yeah,
I absolutely see that happening.
I could see it happening too. Thank you.
We can say
I-
we were there
I
from the
genuinely believe that.
beginning.
So we've got a few minutes left. I wanted to bring back the 1 minute simp session that we were doing at the end of our early episodes, and we kind of stopped doing. Delphi brought it back last episode. I want to keep doing it. So does anyone want to volunteer? Otherwise, I'll do one about caps.
Please do
we're-
no more EU. No more
This is
EU
EU.
not the
man,
EU. We just
EU
said this is not the
man.
Okay,
EU
fine,
podcast.
fine. I'll do it. I'll do it about the new. Actually, I have a perfect thing to do about. So you might have seen that we just got finally an NA MSI jersey, and we got it not from C9, who just hired Fiend, and it should have been them
That's
getting all
a good
these
one.
cool jerseys. We got one from Golden Guardians, and it looks amazing.
Are we simping for the jersey?
I am
and not
simping for
for
the
player?
jersey,
Inanimate
motherfucker.
I mean, that's
object.
valid though, because that's like
I am
recent
simping
news, right?
for the jersey.
Simp for
You know what?
licorice in the
Hey,
jersey.
hey,
I'll
Numiii,
give him- I'll
you
give
get
him
Yeah,
you
simp
get
for
your
one of the
team
Golden
get your
Guardians,
team to make it
actually.
to MSI, and then I'll simp for your
Wait,
jersey
you should
too.
simp. Wait, no. You should simp for
Excuse me?
licorice.
Excuse
But
You
okay,
should
okay.
simp for
Not
licorice
Flyquest
because he
one
was
week ago,
wearing
and
the
I
jersey
believe
in the
Flyquest should
video.
have gone to MSI.
That's true.
Sorry,
Licorice did look great wearing that jersey as well. It goes well with his hair. I think, by the way, I think Licorice and Golden Guardians are a match made in heaven just because like his hair and you know what I mean, like it matches. It's like
It's golden.
yeah, he is a Golden Guardian. Okay, point being, the jersey looks beautiful. My friend made it. My good friend, my friend who I'm on first name basis with. So just so we're clear, Wade is the GOAT. He made an amazing jersey. It's on the Golden Guardians Twitter.
Wade
looks
JPEG
very
on
nice.
Twitter.
It is a great way to support NA.
He's the same guy who makes the Golden Guardians graphics, and I feel like they're the best graphics in LCS.
Easily.
They look
I
really
think they're
pleasant to the eyes.
the best graphics in the
Kind
West.
of like the opposite, like no offense, but they're very like okay, so like the Golden Guardian graphics are very pleasing to the eyes, and then the EG graphics are the opposite of that.
The Golden Guardians graphics are like
the aesthetic of the
hand-drawn, like
GG, like, with the
aesthetic, like
knight.
they tell a story, and EG graphics are like
It's like nice pastel colors,
Defeat.
like yeah, they tell a
Victory.
story.
true. I mean,
And
it was
then
a defeat or
EG's
victory,
graphics, like
That's it.
but yeah, that jersey is incredible. That is who I'm simping for. It was really awesome that like I heard that we were getting good MSI jersey, and it's from Golden Guardians, and my friend made it, and I was so excited for people to see it, and I really was happy that people were happy with it. So I really hope that if you have the means to, you buy it, because I actually think I will. It's really nice. Yeah, that's the 1 minute simp session over, which took a little bit more than 1 minute because you guys kept interrupting me. But
For good reasons.
we can get our shout outs at the end here. I can go first. I don't really have a shout out. I will shout out that I am streaming, or I'm gonna be streaming more on Twitch over the course of the next few months because it's summer and I'm unemployed. So I'm gonna be doing some MSI shows, some like just people in the scene will come on hopefully. And my friends will come on because I need my friends to come on to be on my shows, please. And we'll just this kind of thing where I talk because I love talking, and that'll be on my stream at ttv/arsh13. But you can follow me on Twitter as well and check out when I'll be doing those. Amanda?
Can't really think of anyone to shout out. So of course, shout out to my friends and all of NAmen for letting me come on. I love coming on and talking. So love you guys. Love the podcast. Doing lots of great things. Follow me on Twitter, based Amanda.
Elaine?
Okay. So is this working? I feel like my Wi-Fi's been very
Yeah,
strange.
it's cutting out a little bit.
Okay,
Just be really quick with your shout out before it can cut out.
Okay, I'm like the bar is red, so I'm nervous now. Shout out to Jojo for hiding my reply to his tweets, not once but twice.
Wait, really?
Video. Oh
Yeah. Okay, I'll do Elaine's shout out for
Jojo
her.
did my
Check out her
reply.
video.
It's like this one.
I'll do Elaine's shout out for her because she just dropped out of the call. check out her video. You can check it out in the description once again. Shout out to the faves, Jojo and Inspired and Vulcan. They're all the goats. She won't be rooting for EG anymore. She's the #1 EG anti. So shout out to #FreeJojoPyun. And now I recede out of my Elaine body, and Numiii, you can go next.
My name is Numiii. That's spelled Numiii, not Numiii goes Rars. I don't know why people are calling me this more in public now. This has gone beyond
Because it's
Twitch
your name.
chat. This is going beyond Twitch chat at this point. But I just want to shout out NAmen. I really love. Honestly, I'm in mourning with the EG roster, but it makes me happy that I've met everyone NAmen, and not just like podcast circle or that group chat we have, but like everyone in the public server and people met on Twitter. Like, we're in off season right now, but I'm excited to see what on season brings. So I miss y'all. I work a lot now. I want to hang out with y'all more.
All right. And that is all. Thank you so much. Catch us for episode 30, the big 30, the age that
We
Numiii
should
turned
really follow
35
up.
years ago.
No. This is when Doublelift is gonna turn 30. Remember, he's turning 30 this year.
Is he actually?
Not...
Damn.
Yeah, he is.
All right. Cool.
I'm
Thank you
not...
so much. Check us out for episode 30. Bye-bye.
Bye.